yesterday to move second on the table. That win. Harvard scored that only goal for Arsenal, and now they are second on the table. Now they are now the main challengers for Liverpool in this title race because. But Liverpool is way above them with one game in hand. But let's see if Arsenal can continue this month for the title challenge. Remember, for the past 2 seasons, Arsenal have been trying to win this title. First season they tried, Man City refused. Second time they tried, Man City refused. They finished second both times. Now they are still second on the table. Let's see if they are going to wrestle Liverpool this time and win the Premier League. Welcome guys, welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin and I'm here with the guys in the studio, my guys, to talk about the Premier League. Is happening. It happened yesterday and it's happening on Sunday. There is no Premier League game today. In the Serie A that is happening today, so we're going to talk about all that on the show. Good morning, Nosso. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning. Interesting result. I'm just worried now. I'm just sad that Ipswich didn't get to score the goal I wanted them to score, but the game was all interesting to see.
Good morning, John.
Yeah, good morning. It was a game that needed more goals, and I think it made my case to Arteta. It made my case to Arteta, and hopefully he does something January or summer.
Okay. That game. Let's talk about that game. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can drop your comments. I'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's talk about the Premier League. Let's start for this result. I'll give you the results of yesterday, and we will talk about those games. Brighton they played a 0-0 draw with Brentford. Then Arsenal win that game against Ipswich Town 1-0. So let's talk about Ipswich Town Arsenal game first. Okay, Arsenal won that game against Ipswich Town to move them second on the log. Now, Harvard scoring that goal. After that goal they scored in the first half, Arsenal actually defended and held the ball almost for 75 minutes. Then they finished that game 1-0, guys. If you look at that game in general, what do you make of Arteta, the way he started the game? He dropped Partey, started Havertz in the midfield, started Jesus that he didn't score this time around, but they won that game 1-0.
If I saw glimpses of the match, but if you saw that game yesterday, you're going to see that Arsenal totally dominated the game in terms of gameplay, in terms of attack, and also in terms of chances created. Because for the life of me, I can't understand it should have ended 3 or 4 goals to nothing yesterday. I remember Martin Odegaard missed a chance when he was dribbling into the 18, cut back and wanted to, arrow to it into the net. And then also Gabriel Magalhaes also missed a sitter, that dark arts we're talking about. He almost got a goal yesterday from that. There was a set piece that was played out. He was the last man on the other side of the post, but he scuffed it into set piece for the opposition goalkeeper. He didn't convert it. I felt like if Arsenal had a out and out striker in that side, I caught an interview where Jorginho and a couple of Arsenal players were talking about the fact that Havertz is a striker for them. That's good for them. That's their own perspective. I'm sure that's not the perspective of Arsenal fans out there. I'm sure they would want a 30-goal-a-year striker in the side to at least complement what they have.
It's been a while Arsenal had that kind of striker. Okay, so if you look at that game, what do you make of that game?
I don't talk about striker. I talk about general team performance. And general team performance yesterday was there. You see, I don't think they miss anybody for midfield. Because look at the way they started the game. Declan Rice, Kai Havertz. These people are players that will run for you. If you want to run, enter under your mama table, they'll go follow you, reach there, collect the ball from you. They are runners, they are players, they are good on the ball, they are good off the ball. Their positional awareness is just top notch. And I think for defense, he don't learn a lesson. Play players off position didn't count in this one. Lewis Kelly on left back, good game for him. Look at him coming into that game, playing his life on the pitch.
That boy can play.
Yeah,
he's a good player. So I don't know why you have players on injury and you decide to play players off position just because you don't want to test or you don't want to risk losing the game. At some point, you just need to risk it. And I think in this game, risking it was just the only option he had above Ipswich Town because everybody could read what Arsenal were definitely going to submit. But when they saw the bench and starting lineup, there was no Thomas Partey on the starting lineup. There was Lewis Kelly starting, and you don't know what his strengths is, you don't know what his weaknesses are. You can't exploit him. So I felt like in general, Arsenal just went on to this game with surprises and sleeves of their card.
Okay, let's talk about that goal. That goal, Havertz, that cross from Trossard, the Havertz scoring the only goal for that game. What do you make of that team play? I think Arsenal is beginning to get that there. They are mounting for the challenge. Arteta said that he's involved in this title challenge. He's not shying out. Like Chelsea, he said that he's involved with this
No,
challenge now.
he's not going to compare himself with Chelsea. Maresca is his first season on the job. He's been there for 5 years now, also. So him carrying second back to back, he's supposed to start from season. We know saying there for title race. You get 2 seasons in a row, you finish second. The last season you were top of the table. I think one of the seasons you were top of the table with 7 points. You get the other team had a game at 2 games.
Yeah, but that's
and
also,
you end up, and you end
that's
up
also
bottling
been,
it.
at a certain point in time, Arsenal are going to have to look themselves in the mirror and say, do we want to be also rants or do we want to be champions? And if you want to be champions, then you need to do the things champions do, because
So, now,
the identity of the club is top
Butler's
2.
FC.
Top 2.
Top
That's
4.
the identity of the club.
Because you go into matches, we expect you to win. You go into those matches and you draw. The one way to the pain meeting now, the season where they're supposed to carry that title. Now the last 2 seasons, they're supposed now them get them. You get Pep will not do 3 in a row that season. You come meet Everton. Southampton they go relegation.
I think when they are
Southampton, you
come
play
actually
3.
last year that was actually closest for them to win that title.
2 seasons ago. 2 seasons
I
ago.
think
Last season was the closest.
Last season because
they had those points
if
ahead.
they didn't lose
Yes.
them against Aston Villa,
Yes.
they would have won that league.
Godwin. That last season, I would say last season was not the closest, because last season you look at your last 8 matches, it was all hell and back.
But last season
Aston
was
Villa,
the first time
Chelsea,
they had those
Tottenham.
amount of points ahead of City.
It was just 3 points. They lost that league with 3 or 2 points
Yes,
or
now.
so. So I think it was closest.
It was the closest finish one, and then secondly, it was the longest they had been at the top compared to the previous season.
Look at last season, the last 8 games. You know that there's no way you're going to play at Chelsea, you're going to play against Tottenham Hotspur, you're playing against Man United, you're playing against most of the teams that are on top form. And Aston Villa at that time, you're playing against Newcastle. So the last 8 games, you're definitely sure you're going to drop points. But other season, you were leading against Southampton 3-0 and you end up losing it or playing a draw. So I just feel like in this game now, they went into this game with the mentality of winning it. And you're comparing them to Chelsea. 2 seasons they've been in the title challenge for 2 seasons.
For me,
Chelsea new coach, new manager, he's not supposed to be in the competition with Maresca of
But obviously they are there, and you can't deny that they are there. You can't deny that Chelsea is there.
Slot is stopping the league.
Slot is the first season
He inherited a good.
I like the fact
team.
you are saying this now, because at a certain point in time you are dragging with me that
if you know, see, like
give him his flowers, give him his roses.
You give him his flowers.
The truth is that he inherited a sound team that was already rebuilt.
Let's go back.
The midfield was already rebuilt.
Moyes inherited a good.
He was already rebuilt team, but that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is that I will forever be seeing those little lapses where Arsenal could have lost that game yesterday or better drawn that game. If Ipswich had the cojones to be able to go out and attack Arsenal and try and get something, it could have gone sideways. So while we are celebrating the 3 points, I want Arteta to not, because Arteta likes
Ipswich, we don't know to celebrate.
Arteta likes being in the clouds, but I want him to just come back down to reality a little bit. It's fine to see the vision, but if you're not going to do what is necessary in the day-to-day to get it to go on, it's not going to happen. For example, now, if you go back last season or last 2 seasons and you take away all the goals that came in from Erling Haaland, where would City have finished? So Arsenal are fighting a good season back to back now. This is going to make it a three-peat where they are going to be finishing maybe second almost. And what is missing is that centerpiece up forward. How can the man closest to the job be the most blindsided by the fact that they need a striker in the side?
Okay, let's talk about Arteta now. Finally, Arteta, if you look at Arteta, the way he has built this side, do you think that they can mount this challenge? What do you see them finishing? Now, they have 3 points.
Now, do you
think that, because everybody is expecting Liverpool to drop points, it will favor them. But Liverpool is not looking like they are dropping points. But Arsenal needs to win their games first. So what do you think Arteta should be doing for him to continue this part
where do you think Arteta is going to be finishing? The day when they go finish regularly. Now their position, they don't get there now. They don't come out Chelsea, but they don't enter. Good game for them. But I just feel like this winter transfer window is about to open. There will be a holiday or so, maybe 1 or 2 weeks of holiday where most teams will be playing the World Cup. You get that 1 week holiday, that 1 week window where you go play match. Use and focus on how your strikers go score goal.
buy another
You get
striker.
If
then
you get
buy
striker,
then
how
buy.
your
See,
striker?
see,
Who be
we
the
keep
striker?
we keep
Piccolo.
talking about this thing. You
Come
buy
Piccolo,
you buy
who be the
you buy
striker?
a striker in. You get buy one striker in. Focus on how he's going to position and score goals. And like what's happening at City now, where the striker is not scoring the goals, the wingers that are scoring the goals last season when he's not scoring are not scoring. So the front line is not firing. Get your front line to know how to fire goals because I see Trossard miss a couple of chances. He's supposed to be scoring. Martinelli last season had 6 plus
I
goals.
wouldn't put it past Trossard, because Trossard is a more selfless player. If you saw that goal that
See, no,
Arsenal got yesterday, it was Trossard that gave that assist.
definitely.
If he had gone for it himself, he would have scoffed it.
Okay, let's see where Arteta is going to finish in this league season. He is second on table now. He has passed Chelsea. They are now second. If you look at that game, Martinelli played as right winger.
Winger.
So and he did well in that game. Trossard played from the left. Jesus played in through the middle. So let's see where Arteta will be finishing this season. But let's go to our YouTube channel and read some comments on our YouTube about that game. If you look at our YouTube channel, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. And Eclipse will be saying, okay, Arsenal find it extremely difficult to score aside from set pieces.
Yes.
And if we scored the first chance of the game, this match would have ended in a draw. Okay, Emmanuel is saying Arsenal needs 3 players, a striker, a backup winger, and an extra leg in the midfield. If Arteta is serious,
How many
leg they want to get from
How many
midfield?
leg
Arteta
one
is
dey
serious,
midfield?
if Arteta is serious, he should hurry sign one striker in the first week of resumption. I think he sign a striker.
The thing is, the rumor we are hearing now, because since it's the end of the year already, after this game now, transfer window go open just in 3 days time or 4 days time, transfer window go open. The rumors I'm hearing now from Arsenal is they're looking to sign Matheus Cunha.
That rumor came
from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Baba no be striker. He's coming in to compete with Martinelli, Trossard, and the rest of them. That is the extra leg. That is the extra leg in midfield. Though he scores his goals for Wolverhampton Wanderers as a striker, he can play as a false nine and score goals.
Please,
but that is not his position. Get a proper out and out striker, top 9. I know the top 9 is scarce on market nowadays, but find one.
I saw that news yesterday and I was just crying. But this guy,
but I just like talk at the end of season.
This guy, they okay.
Matheus Cunha, good player, coming in from the flanks to replace Martinelli. Whenever you have the ball, you're playing a ball. You're playing a possession football, and not a counter-attacking football. You play ahead of Martinelli, fine. You play Trossard instead of Odegaard in midfield. Good. Odegaard can go and replace Saka. This one Saka is not available now. That's good combination. You can combine. I'll see how you want to combine them and get results. But if you not combine them and the goals didn't come, who will now be the person up front to bury those chances?
Talking about Saka is going to be out for more than 2 months. That's going to be the longest he's out for injuries.
Yeah.
So it's more than 2 months now. So he was talking about Sterling having game time if they are going to sign in January or not. So I don't know if they are going to sign in January.
Matheus Cunha is coming.
I'm telling you that Arsenal is not going to sign in January.
Cunha is coming. You want me and you? Godwin, see, you know, say,
I have not Arsenal. You don't know Arsenal.
Godwin, may I tell you this one now? If Arsenal no sign player, this thing, anytime I come this show, I'll tell you Arsenal no go finish for top 4. And I will stand by my even if they finish for top 4, they surprise me. I'll stand by my word. And if they sign player, you go buy West Ham jersey they wear.
But I don't feel that him being out for 2 months. Sometimes when they say more than 2 months, sometimes it's less than that.
No, I know it's just
a
couple of weeks of 8 weeks.
Yeah. So I think it's 2 months. 2 months is just January and February. He's coming back. So let's see what Arsenal is going to do if they are going to sign a striker, because he has the Trossard. Martinelli is playing from the right now. Then
he should just bring 80 million.
No, they can't sell him because he left Arsenal to Chelsea when Arsenal was offering him another contract before he moved to Ipswich. But let's see what Arteta is going to be doing in this January transfer window, if he's going to buy a replacement for Saka. But he was talking about Sterling after that.
I don't think they need a replacement for Saka.
After that game, he was talking about Sterling, that Sterling has played less, so it's time for him to, if he comes back in the next 2 weeks, it's time for him to shine. But let's see if Sterling is going to shine for Arsenal when he comes back from injury. Okay, the other game that happened in EPL yesterday was Brighton and Brentford. That game ended goalless draw in that game. So let's see if the way both teams will finish, because Frank has actually tried this season trying to do something for himself. But Brentford, Brighton are a side that started well. but somehow they're falling off. I don't know why, but let's see what happens. But that game ended 0. Brighton and Brentford ended with a 0-0 draw. Okay, let's talk about games that are happening tomorrow. There is no EPL games today, so there are games happening tomorrow. Okay, on our YouTube channel, okay, Emmanuel is saying Ateta is the only blind coach who acts like he is seeing and he is not.
Thank
First
you.
player is a top striker. Play Waneri in Saka's place. Okay, that's another option there. He's also saying if Ateta does not make a signing, we will not make top 4 at all.
I never even talk. I don't start the put on there. Thank you for putting it there for me.
I think they will make top 4 even if they don't sign any player. But let's see what Ateta and Arsenal will be doing. Okay, let's talk about games happening tomorrow. There are no games in the EPL today. I'll give you the fixtures of tomorrow's game. Tomorrow's game is Leicester City will be hosting Manchester City, and Everton is going to play Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace versus Southampton. Spurs versus Wolves. Fulham versus Bournemouth. West Ham versus Liverpool. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about those games. Other games are happening on Monday, but let's talk about the Sunday games. So on Monday we'll discuss other games happening on Monday, but tomorrow is Leicester with Leicester and Manchester City. Man City drew that last game day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was a surprising. I won't say it's a surprising game because Everton have been taking 2 points from every top clubs this
Taking
season.
1 point from
And
all.
They are here to play Liverpool, so we are expecting them to take 2 points from Liverpool again. So they are taking 2 points from
I
everybody.
don't expect them to take 2 points.
But I
from
guess-
Liverpool.
They cancel the derby now, so they expect hope.
Okay, but if you look at that game, Leicester City, they started with 2 games, I think 4 points. Then after the next 3 games, they have lost the next 3 games. Now there is reality check for Ruud van Nistelrooy. Obviously, it's going to be buying in January. If not, it's going to be in danger of relegation. So, but I guess City needs a miracle. And they are playing Leicester. 2 years ago or last year, even we are going to say that this probably will be a walkover for.
Or maybe earlier this year, we'll say it will be a blowout.
A blowout for Manchester City.
The blowout is not blowing anything.
But now you see what is happening to City. So in this game, what do you think will happen in that game, John?
For me, as a citizen, I will always expect 3 points. Nonetheless, no matter, there's no way I'm going to cut it. As a citizen, I'll always expect 3 points. In this game, let's say Leicester, they are not where they used to be. Like when Ruud van Nistelrooy came in, there was a lot of hype, there was a lot of fanfare. He thought that's how the Premier League is going to be win-win every year. Until reality set in. So for me, like I will always say, I will always focus on our performance, on our game, and that's the only thing we can do. So for me, it's just go there, play a good game, get the 3 points, and move on quietly.
Okay, now so look at this game now. What do you think will happen in this game?
Everybody agree. If it was last year, 2 years ago, I know what. No, if it was last year, 2 years ago, man, we would have said it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a thrashing for Man City. And last season, I think Leicester was playing the championship last season. So let's cancel last season. If it was 2 years ago, they'll say it was earlier this season. It would have been a thrashing for Man City, but it's tough now to call the game the way it is. Leicester City is struggling. Man City is struggling. Now, even if Leicester City come up top in this game, it doesn't change anything on their score sheet. It still sends the message that we can beat big teams who are struggling, but we still have a loophole. We still have an error in our defenses, and they just need to work on their defenses. So in this game now, I'm seeing the Man City go in, score goals.
Haaland has not been scoring in a couple of games now. Do you think it's now time for him to start scoring goals?
I think Haaland has earned the right to not score goals.
How does someone earn the right not to score goals?
When you score more than 100 goals in your first 2 seasons for the club.
Oh wow, okay.
John,
okay.
John,
this one, I don't understand this.
Anytime they talk Man City.
I like the fact that somebody is triggered and I'm enjoying it.
Anytime they call Man City and Haaland, he's earned the right to stop scoring goals. Since they score goals, if there's any week where you call up into the pitch, you go try score goals. And he's earned the right to stop scoring goals, but he keeps breaking records. So why are you on the pitch? Score goals. If you're not getting supply, you see one thing about it. He's not getting supply now, but he's earned the right. Other players are not across the pond. He's not getting supply, but he should score goals.
Okay, let's see if City ECT will win this game because they are I think after 13 after 13 games they are only one
One
game
game, then they win.
in 13 games, which is very very poor for from Pep Guardiola. And he's been talking to the press conference and he's saying to the press, he's saying that January is they're looking likely to sign players. We need to
Of
sign
course,
players. He
of
doesn't even
course.
have an option. This one is not that you are stubborn.
I
Remember
like what you said
when he was
actually
chasing for
though.
the Champions League, he was stubborn to get a striker.
Mm-hmm.
But he tried and tried
Mm-hmm.
and tried it for like
He will
4
not.
seasons.
He will not try experimental. He will not play without a DM.
So he tried it and it didn't work. He just brought in Haaland and just put in that thing. They won the Champions League.
Simple.
Jejely. So I
So
think sometimes this thing is easy. Sometimes coaches are stubborn. But this is easy. For example, Arsenal, everybody knows that they need a world-class striker.
I think it's the
Simple.
best coaches that are stubborn.
Yeah,
The best coaches
see,
are
but
stubborn, yeah.
if you win a lot, most times it gets to your head. If you don't take time, you go like a Mourinho. This star pride will enter, will be there. You not manage it well, you now start drifting away from the main
Yes.
line. But at somehow Pep have actually managed his team very well. It's just this season is the first time this kind of thing is happening to him. But let's see what happens with Pep and Pep and Manchester City if they are going to buy in this January. But they need to buy, especially a striker.
He said they were going to buy, but the problem is that he didn't want to buy a short-term fix till when Rodri comes back. So whoever they are buying now has to fit the 3 to 4 year plan of the club. So
I
that's
think
what
probably
they'll be looking
find a
for.
young player and a young striker
Yeah.
to compete. So what this guy that moved to Atletico Madrid did for them,
Alvarez.
Alvarez. See what he did for them in those 2 seasons that he played for them. He helped them win the league and the Champions League. So I think it's better for him to get somebody like that, a young striker that is that gets ginger.
Wait, he attack.
Yes.
He struggle with the ball. Like John would say, get a pen that you want to win as Zesco. Zesco, my guy. But Zesco is not coming.
Okay, Emmanuel on our YouTube channel is saying, okay, Pep Guardiola is the problem of the team. He sold your bench and didn't inject enough fresh players. And like Cletus will be saying, John, no striker earns a right not to score goals.
No striker,
Haaland is moralized and he is losing confidence.
He doesn't have supply, and his supplier is not there.
So Haaland needs a boost to start over again. Okay, Emmanuel is saying, John, Arteta is very stubborn, yet he's not among the best coaches. Okay, yeah, it's true. He's stubborn. He has not even won anything and he's stubborn.
But his stock is up there. At a certain point in time, Baka came calling, man. Let's not.
If you do well, December too, man, you came calling.
Don't play. Arteta is up there. At a certain time, Baka.
If you do well, big team go find you.
Okay, let's get your prediction for Leicester City and Manchester City. The 2 city sides are playing tomorrow.
I expect
At the King Power Stadium, I'm expecting Leicester to win 2-1.
Oh wow. Okay, John.
I expect a win always.
Okay, City to win. Okay, let's move on to the dark people.
Dark horse
of this league is
Nottingham Forest. Maybe the Leicester City for our
yes,
time.
but if you look at who they are playing Everton that is taking points from everybody. When they are playing, both of them they are mid-table teams, even though that Nottingham Forest is now in 4th position or 3rd position now. Yes, 3rd. So if you look at that game, what do you think will happen in that game? Everton took 2 points from City, 2 points from Arsenal, 2 points from who again? I think
they didn't take 2 points, man.
Chelsea.
Come on, they took a point.
Okay.
They took 2 points now.
Okay, they took away. Let's say
they took 1 point.
Okay, 1 point
Simple.
from this
You
game.
don't understand. They carry 2 points.
It's not 2 points. It's not 2 points.
I understand.
Wait,
they
normally,
took 1 point from
they
that
took
game.
1 point.
They took 1 point for themselves.
Simple.
They took 1 point for themselves.
And that's all they have for themselves.
But the
shared
remaining
1
2 points,
each.
they
shared 1 point each. Simple.
We know. Use now your English with that. They say they took 2 points from you.
You are using reverse engineering in this.
They took 2 points from you.
They took 1 point from.
And they took 3 points.
They took 1 point from
City. They took
1
3
from
points.
Arsenal, 1 from who else again?
Wait,
and that's all they took.
Okay, John. And Chelsea. What if they had won that game against
3 points?
They would have taken 3 points. They will not go and lose it to Nottingham Forest. You will come be waiting, or Liverpool. You will come be waiting. It's still the same 0 point. They still took the 3 points. So they took 3 points from you, and they kept this thing 2 points on the shelf. So nobody has the 2 points.
The truth about that game that they got 1 point
for themselves.
Yes.
And they kept the other 2 points in the wardrobe.
Okay, but
they didn't keep the other 2 points because they took 1 point. The other team took 1 point. Simple.
Okay, this guy will get Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are a team. They won Spurs the last time they played. They are a good side. Do you think that they can go to Everton, go the same park and get 3 points again? Because they have to. I don't know how to put it, but they might be playing Champions League next season. because they are winning games. If you win your games, you play Champions League next season.
Well, they have a good side. They have
I remember they are only
group.
1 point behind Chelsea.
They have a tight knit group. They have a good side. They will definitely. I don't see them dropping out of that top four if they go on the way they've gone on this season, because nobody expected anybody. We expected the Aston Villas. Oh, we're talking about top four finish. We expected Aston Villa, Newcastle to come back and challenge, but we'll see maybe they'll finish in the top six. But this team now just came
You
out.
did not expect Spurs.
No, who be Spurs? Who be if they call Pomo waiting for crayfish? Go they raise hand. At least you're saying meat and Pomo. At least Pomo and crayfish are not in the same level. But it felt like we didn't expect these people to be there. Newcastle was supposed to be there, and the way Brighton started, we expected them to be in the conversation. Then Bournemouth now surprised us. Say, okay, Bournemouth will enter there. We don't know. But these are teams that you say, okay, let's not expect too much from them. But whenever they shock us, and they've put up a shocker performance all this season. And I'm expecting them to go into this game with a win.
John,
it's gonna be a draw.
It's gonna be a draw in this game.
It's gonna be a draw.
It play make Man City cut top them.
It's gonna be a draw. Simple. Like for me, for all the plaudits, for all the roses you keep throwing at your man, it's still too early to call. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes,
I'm not telling you they are going to win the league.
We are talking about. I think no matter what happens,
off the
do you know what I'm saying? No matter what happens in this league, I think Nottingham Forest will play. Even if it's Conference League, they will
They'll
play.
play the
No doubt.
Continentals.
Nobody is saying they are not going to make it to the Continentals unless they don't want to go to the Continentals. But Champions League, please come on.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Okay, let's see go to the next game. Okay, on our YouTube channel, and okay, Emmanuel is predicting that Forest will win. You say Forest will brush them aside. Forest is playing so well now, and he say Forest shall drill Arsenal, Chelsea, City, and beat Tottenham Hotspur. They have been my team of the season. I beg. Forest will win 2 or 3 goals nil. Okay, but
The thing is,
the problem is that
now they drew against Chelsea and all of those, but they lost against Man City.
yeah, and Arsenal.
They lost against Man City and Arsenal. So, and for Arsenal, it was a thrashing. You get, for Man City, it was a thrashing because Man City scored 3 goals and they couldn't reply. So I feel like into this game now, and they still have that point above Man City.
Yes, they are 1 point above Man City.
Not 1 point. They are 1 point above Newcastle. They are 1 point behind Chelsea and perhaps 5 points above Man City.
Oh wow, okay. Let's see what happens with them. I think they are going to play Continental, but let's see where they are going to finish, which Continental they are playing. Okay, the next game that happening is Tottenham Hotspur versus Wolves. Tottenham Hotspur are a team that their bottle is big. The way they bottle something is like you won't even expect it, because you don't understand. They'll go and beat Man City this week, they lose to Southampton next week. Their inconsistent is too much. Jose Mourinho have tried, Conte have tried, and they keep mentioning things about that club, the mentality. There is something wrong with the mentality of their whole institution. That is something that's where Manchester United is falling into. They don't know. This way, that line they are going to. There is a point you reach, then that mentality will now be like a constant thing. You cannot even break through that particular situation again. But for Spurs, years after years, they are the only team that came third in 2-horse race. And a particular team when they were top 2, I think they're 1 point behind. That year Leicester won. Won the league. They were second, trying to challenge for the league. Suddenly they finished third on that league. But so what do you make of Spurs? And now Wolves has a new coach. 2 games, 2 wins.
And they
won against Manchester City.
I think the only difference between Spurs and Manchester United is that Manchester United fans and the fan base are tortured by dreams of past glory.
You will not blame them.
Tottenham don't have any past glory, they are okay where they are. That's the problem. There's nothing to strive towards. And the highlight of this
which
is
past they have past glory in a Champions League final.
That's not
medal, they're not collect. Wait, no best, they're not collect medal.
Please.
They're not collect medal.
If not, but that's not
they have medal. They have medal.
But
as
when we
second place medal. See, you have to
talk about
build
champions. It's not about you have to build. Let's not go there.
We're talking about past glory. You have a medal.
This is double standards.
No, it's not. It's not double standards.
It's double standards.
Nobody remembers second.
Nobody remembers second.
You understand what I'm trying to say? You build on it.
Build on what?
When Man City go final before this thing, when Liverpool go the previous final, they lost against Real Madrid.
Are you comparing?
And they built on it, and they got the next year. Wait, they built on it. So the next year they went to the finals again, and they won it.
So what happened?
Man City the same thing.
What happened to Spurs?
You reach your final, and all of a sudden you say you no do again.
Please let's talk about this game. Leave
Then
this one you're
then
talking
I
about.
don't know.
Like, I don't understand why you're drawing comparison between Liverpool and Tottenham.
I'm just saying
They are not in the same. They are not in the same mental space.
Nah, the mentality
They
they
are
talk
not
about
in
when
the
we
same
dey.
headspace.
Mentality is not there. It didn't there. You get to a final, you sack the manager that got you to the finals. The mentality is not there. I think the mentality is not just for the players and the coaches coming in and the fan base. It's from the guy at the top, Daniel Levy. After Daniel Levy, his board of directors and all of those people in managing the club with him. All of them do have the mentality of winners. They need to go out in the market and sign players or sign people who has won something in their life.
They tried it with Conte, tried it with Jose Mourinho. It did
No,
not work.
they started. How you go take sign Jose Mourinho for Carabao Cup semi-final? You sack him.
Final actually. Okay.
No, after you win semi-final, you can't sack him.
Okay, this game now, what do you think will happen in the game? Wolves have won 2 games. The new coach have won to play 2 games, won 2 games, and the last game he won is against Manchester United. They are going away to Spurs. What do you think will happen? Do you think he can get probably a draw or 3 points? It's possible to get 3 points against Spurs these days.
It's
Let's
possible,
see now.
but
Spurs has lost 9 games this season.
it's
In
possible.
this game, it's not possible for Wolverhampton Wanderers to win it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. It's possible for them to come in and win it, but we know Tottenham Hotspur.
It's not.
There is a certain pedigree of club that you be. They will say no, we are not this bad. They will now wake up and.
I think
play a good
Poro
game.
might be playing today. Now, in sense, don't correct. You play Spence last match, your left back, you concede, you lose. You play Spence right back, you concede, you lose. I think in sense go correct. No, though we don't have Dragos, we don't have what's it called, Romero and what's it called now, Van der Ven. Probably Van der Ven might start in this game. But since we don't have your top 2 strikers, your wing backs should be
Up to center half.
center half. Sorry, your wing backs should be who they used to be. Udogie and Poro. You have these 2 players.
Funny enough, both of them were on the bench and they were not utilized. I'm sorry, Udogie started, but Poro was on the bench.
I mean, the other game, Udogie was on the bench. This next game, Poro was on the bench. And Spence played in the 2. At this game, you don't need to play the best, but just play to conserve. Your highlight should be dressed.
Even when they play their full squad, they still
lose
games.
Because even when they play their full squad last season, they still finish for top this thing now.
So let's see. Okay, let's do a prediction for that game. Spurs versus Wolves. Who wins?
Tottenham Hotspur all the way.
Tottenham Hotspur to win. John.
Wolves to win, please.
Wolves to win. And on our YouTube, Emmanuel is predicting Wolves to get a draw against Spurs. Okay, he's predicting draw in that game. Okay, the next game is Fulham versus Bournemouth. Fulham won against Chelsea the last time, so their morale is high. Morale high. They have played Bournemouth too. That have won Arsenal this season, beat City this season, and I think beat Manchester United too. So their morale is high too. So 2 high morale teams are playing tomorrow. What do you think will happen in that game? Fulham to win, Bournemouth to win. Who wins?
Bournemouth they win up and down. They don't drop points since how many matches now? Play drop and down. They have been drawing against their regular mates. It's just like going to beat champions. You go and face Mohamed Ali, you knock him out. You go and face Joe Frazier, you knock him out. You face what's called Floyd Mayweather, you knock him out. Then you come and face your middle belt level people, and you don't have a punch against them. And by the scorecard is a draw. So that's what Bournemouth has been. They've been the people to go out and beat champions, but come back and not be able to win their regular mates. But sitting pretty top in the table, I think 6th or 7th in the table. And
that's because their regular mates are playing the same brand of football.
They're winning big teams and play regular football against their side. But I feel like going into this game against Fulham is going to be tough for them. They are going to play against Fulham in the I think it's Fulham soon. They're going to Fulham to play. It's going to be tough for them.
John, what do you think will happen in this game today?
I think Fulham should get all 3 points. I like Marco Silva, and I think that squad, the way they played against Chelsea, if they can play that same brand of football, they can get a result against Bournemouth.
So let's see what our Iwobi is going to be in tomorrow. I think the Iwobi for me is the player of the season for Fulham this season. He has played well, defended well, attacked well. He has done everything well for Fulham, and he plays 90 minutes for Fulham, which is a good testament for how he has improved.
The next thing has to give a captain band.
He has improved for this Fulham side. So let's see what will happen in that game. Is Fulham versus Bournemouth tomorrow. Okay, the next game that is happening tomorrow is Southampton. It's Crystal Palace versus Southampton. Southampton is obviously going to relegate. There is nothing that nobody will do anything.
No Messiah
can save them. Nothing was even
6 points.
6 points from 18 points. Come on, even
if they draw every match,
if it is 19th with 12 points, that means they have to have almost 6 points ahead of them. So it's not even close. So for they are going away Crystal Palace that is 16. So not that they are doing even well, but this game, do you think that let them start winning first?
The bottom
miracle can happen.
The bottom 5 of the table has 17 points, 17 points, 16 and 12. You get that? Then Southampton is 6 points. Now the rest of them have 12 points. They have like 6 points ahead of them, so they are going down this season. But against the side that they are playing against today, it's going to be tough getting a result.
You know, somebody said miracle can happen. By the time you start saying miracle can happen, you know that you're already in trouble, because life is, somebody will say, a wise man with Afro once said that life is 98% principles and 2% miracle. So when you start starting miracle, know that you've thrown away the 98%. And I feel like this season, you know, if somebody had told them at the end of last season that they are going down this season
after winning the championship,
they would not have believed. I'm talking about Southampton here. They would not have believed. But look at it. Look how it's playing out now. I felt that also sacking Russell Martin was not the way to go, because the person that they brought in, or who is yet to come in or whatever, hasn't done a good job, you know. And it's just sad the way it's going. How do you pick up just 6 points out of
18 games?
Crazy, man.
That's sad, but let's see what happens in that game. So for your prediction for that game, who wins?
Crystal Palace blew out.
It's not gonna be hands down. Until Eberechi comes back, I'm not seeing them winning.
Okay, let's move over to the last game of that tomorrow. Games happening tomorrow is West Ham is going to be hosting Liverpool. The league. I would call them champions now, but
go and buy handkerchiefs.
So West Ham is playing Liverpool. That game's happening like 15 minutes after 6 tomorrow. But no, so let me start with you. Your team has, they are picking.
Wait. Before you ask,
you need to go and buy handkerchief.
Everybody is praying
in your back pocket.
Everybody is not praying for West Ham, because the Arsenal fans are praying for West Ham. The Chelsea fans, even the Man City fans are playing for.
All of them now want make I win. Make them feel near the table.
But as you see, this is what I'm saying. Like for me, I'm not expecting West Ham win. I'm not even expecting West Ham manage to score on the day.
Oh wow!
I'm not even expecting a draw. A draw will be like, a draw should be like Champions League trophy for West Ham tomorrow. You know, I'm expecting 7-0.
Oh wow!
So,
John,
so you're here.
John,
weather forecast is raining goals. West Ham fans, go and buy umbrella.
John, it will not rain goals that day.
It will rain goals.
It will not rain goals that day, because you are coming all the way to the East London Stadium. You know where that place be?
All this one are false hype.
That place na fortress. That place na where kings they come fall. You get the mighty come there and are slayed by David. That place na David's home ground. Man City come they collect. Chelsea come they collect. No, Chelsea beat us 3-0 for that place. But more calm down. But other teams they come and collect. At least you come, you take 1 point and go. That's just how it works at East London Stadium this season, because of the man who sabi win match. I don't know how they take tinker with tactics. I just feel like this game, now man, I don't hype the team tomorrow. I don't even trust the man, because now when you trust a manager, you go no say he go do something we go shock you. But the lineup still there. The lineup of players is still there. The players that will play are still there. I just don't trust Lopetegui to come in and surprise us.
For Slot, what do you think about Slot? Slot has done well, scoring 6 against Sports is actually a good thing away from home.
No doubt.
Last game they scored 3 at home, but against Leicester City now they are playing these guys now. West Ham. Sometimes London clubs are stubborn sometimes, but for West Ham they're not really. Even though recently, since they threatened to sack their coach, he's been picking point. Even if it's 1 point, he will take. So in this game, what do you think you predict in that game? Do you think that Slot is Liverpool side can trash them again? Because if you look at Salah has 16 goals, now he's the highest goal scorer in the league. He's the only player that by December he has double figures in assists and goals. He's the first player in the Premier League to do that. He's a good player, so he's going to be playing again. Do you think that Slot and Salah can destroy West Ham?
I've already called it. It's going to be 7-0. Somebody is going to cry.
I know be Tottenham.
And it's going to
if I lose, I don't say I lose against champions elect.
Rain goals.
You know, if I lose against champions elect. And if those champions no come win the league, I feel next season I feel just catch them, beat them, it's no good. But I feel like this match now, this guy has done well. And Slot, it's no way expected him to do in Liverpool that he did. You get? If it's all about when you get a side, you know how to improve on the side. And I'll say it's about his tactics. His players have the ability to keep the ball. Jordan Klopp will want to attack, lose the ball, attack until he scores 7 goals plus. This man, once he scores 2 and he sees that you're beginning to build momentum, he holds on to the ball, because once you don't have the ball, you can't get on the attack. And that is the style that has worked for him all season. holding on to the ball, not losing the ball in areas that, and it's almost like going into this opposition half and cutting back to play a shot has always cost them, because at some point, if he has taken one touch shot, goals will have been pouring in. You get me? So I'm just feeling like going into this game, there's no Szoboszlai in that midfield. There is no Konate. He's not back from injury yet. Trent is still playing his starting bet, and all of those players are playing their starting bet. I feel like there's going to be a gap in that midfield for West Ham to exploit.
Okay, your prediction for that game.
Like I said,
Okay,
I'll keep
okay.
saying
You say
it.
7-0. Okay.
Yes.
No, so what's your prediction for this game? It's your team. You better have hope.
Even if I get hope,
You don't get faith.
the hope
You
is
can have
hopeless.
hope, but you don't have faith.
Even if I get hope, the hope is hopeless.
Okay.
Liverpool to win 2-1.
The Liverpool to
2-1.
Yes.
The scoreline is the hope.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Slot is trying to win the Premier League in his first time in England. Can he do it? So they will have to find out game by game if he's going to be the champions elect. But let's see what happens in that game. Okay, that's all for the Premier League happening on Sunday. Other games are happening on Monday. So when we come on Monday, we'll analyze those games on Monday. But in the Serie A, there are games happening today in the Serie A. So I'm going to give you the fixtures of the Serie A for today and tomorrow. We'll talk about some of those games because there are big games happening today and tomorrow in the Serie A. But before that, I'm going to open the phone lines for you to call us to tell us what you think or your prediction for this weekend's Premier League game. Number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us your prediction for this weekend's fixtures. Okay, in the Serie A, let's move on to Serie A. I'll give you the fixtures. Oh, okay, the calls are coming in. So let's take a few calls before we move over to the Serie A and give you our own prediction for games happening in the Serie A. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay. Friday. What is your prediction? Mm. Oh, okay.
I like your faith. Even me, I don't get that kind of faith.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now only Chelsea go win.
No,
Chelsea and West Ham. And West Ham. No, only Chelsea and West Ham go win. I don't support you. I don't support you for this one. Because I don't say even West Ham no go win. I don't support you for this one.
I want to know whether Chelsea will buy any striker or defense.
But you have Jackson now.
You not get Jackson now. What's any striker for?
What do you need Jackson now? One striker and one defense.
Okay.
I want to ask, what is the time for match today? What is the time?
4 o'clock. Some of them are 4 o'clock. The others are 6:15. Chelsea now Monday. Chelsea.
They will win match.
Okay.
They will win Liverpool.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. That's his own prediction, but let's see other people's prediction and who is going to win and who is not going to win this weekend. Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
And
Good morning.
Yeah, good
Name
morning.
and location, please.
happy
Happy weekend,
Happy weekend to you.
So, what's your prediction?
And I say I will disappointed in you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? I support my team. See, bro. Mm-hmm.
This weekend, I'm backing West Ham. I want West Ham to spread the party for
All these things when they talk, now just make Chelsea fit top table. Abi? I support my club 100%, but I not trust person to be my coach.
I know before this season started, I predicted Liverpool to win the league.
Mm-hmm.
But, yes.
It's too early, Abi. It's too early, and the gap that they give you now.
And my club Chelsea,
Mm.
if they finish at the top 4, I will be happy. Because that was the left between 2 and I was not happy with that match.
Yeah.
So, for this weekend matches, I'm predicting West Ham Liverpool 1-1 draw.
Okay.
Mm.
and for Man City, Leicester City. You know, Man City now, everybody that have to play Man City will now come to win. Because they say that Man City is losing points. But see that tomorrow match. That match, Leicester City will win that match. That 1-0.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
And for these people, is Man playing?
No,
Man U na Monday.
Man na Monday.
Man U Chelsea na Monday.
Is Man playing this weekend?
Monday.
Okay, Uncle.
Monday.
Tuesday. Arsenal is playing on Tuesday.
Tuesday, sorry.
Chelsea and who is playing, please?
Monday. Chelsea is playing on Monday.
Chelsea is playing. Who is Chelsea playing? Let me check who Chelsea is playing. I think it's Newcastle.
On Monday we'll talk about that one.
Yes, on Monday we'll talk about that one. Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Enugu Rangers is playing tomorrow. We are going to talk about that now.
Okay.
Chelsea is playing
All right. Okay. Let's go to the Serie A and see what's happening in Serie A. Let's maybe take one more call and go to the Serie A, and we'll get the prediction straight in those games. Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay. IK. What is your prediction for this weekend's game?
I will talk about Monday on.
When we reach Monday, we'll talk about Monday game now. Monday is still day.
Mayu. The matches 9 points they will lose now.
Okay.
Because I don't see them winning the first match. After this first match, they will lose. They will meet Liverpool, Arsenal. 9 points.
They will lose 9 points straight.
No relegation be that. Hey, I'm sorry for this man who come England to display himself.
Okay.
Thank you. I want little for that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But beliefs.
Okay, for this Serie A, I'll give you the fixtures. Then we'll talk about some of the games and the prediction for some of the games. For today's Empoli vs Genoa, Parma versus Monza, Cagliari and Inter Milan are playing today. Lazio and Atlanta. That's the big game for today. That game is happening. That's Lukman is playing against Lazio away today. For tomorrow, Udinese versus Torino, Napoli versus Venezia, Juventus versus Fiorentina. Big game again. And another big game tomorrow is Roma versus AC Milan. Okay, let's talk about today's game and their operation for today's game. Lazio and Atlanta. Who do you think will win that game?
Two Nigerians are playing. Dele Bashiru is playing against Ademola Lookman.
Yes.
There's another wannabe Nigerian playing in the side, Tijani. I think it's going to be a good side for them. It's going to be a good battle.
So who wins?
If Atlanta wants to continue in their title chase, then they have to win this one.
John?
I'm back in Atlanta. I think the worst case scenario is a draw.
The worst case scenario is a draw. Okay, let's take calls. We lost that call. Okay, for Cagliari and Inter Milan have a game in hand. If they win that game in hand, they will be on the same points with Atlanta, but they are playing Cagliari today. What do you think will happen in that game? But first, let's take a call before we continue with that prediction. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
It's AI from Enugu.
Okay.
You see, all these dirty fans, instead of planning the way to win their match, they are there, teaming up others that will win and others that will lose. They are not yet serious. No team can win the Premier League by planning for others to lose. Focus, win all your games, and if others will lose, they will lose. But if you leave your game and be busy planning how they will lose, like I said, that is calculating how many points man you have already lost. Instead of calculating how many points you will gain, that's the way it's very easy. You come and join Man U. And West Ham and Liverpool. My only problem with Slot is I don't like the way he's using that his defensive midfielder, Gravenberch. He has played all the games in Champions League and Premier League.
Yeah, true talk.
He continues to use him this way. He will get injured when they will need him very well by next year. And then they will start to suffer.
End of the bench. End of the bench.
Endo now.
End of the bench. Endo go. If Gravenberch gets injury, Endo go replace him.
Okay. You're waiting for him to get injured. Can't you start managing both of them now? You're waiting for him to get injured. So you start using him.
All right.
For Wolves and Tottenham, Wolves will surely win Tottenham. And he's not serious.
Okay.
He can score 4 goals in a game, but they will never win. So that's what he's talking about.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, for Cagliari and Inter Milan, who wins in that game?
Inter Milan.
Inter
Inter
Milan to
Milan,
win.
definitely. Everybody is going to see it. It's not like a middle table team coming to play against a champion select.
John, who wins?
Inter.
Inter to win that game. Okay, let's see what happens in that game today. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Good
Good
mo-
morning, and also good morning, John.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, my brother there.
Good
Happy
morning.
weekend.
Happy weekend to you. Name and location, please.
This is Engineer Additional from Transit Code.
Okay, what are your predictions for these EPL games?
Well, what is there? I believe Man City can win their game,
Okay.
but Liverpool and West Ham,
Mm.
that game is a draw. That was not need to doubt about it. It's a 1-1 draw, and that's how it will. Also, let me remind you something. I like the way John spoke this morning.
Mm.
You see, Atata learned stubbornness from Guardiola, and that's the simple truth. Atata know that Arsenal needs a sharper, nice striker. Now I'm hearing the rumor that they want to buy Chukwueze to replace Saka because of the injury, and he's talking about Sterling. Who is Sterling? Sterling just a run up and down for the pitch. Sterling is not fit in the game of Arsenal.
Yeah, hello?
He's not fit in the game of Arsenal. You understand me, my
Yes.
brother?
Yes.
So the issue now is let Atata enter market this January. Buy a good sharp striker. No matter as we be, let him buy for us and buy somebody to replace Saka. For even also, my brother, just look at our match from day 19 to 24. It's a very dangerous game.
Yes.
If not so, nothing can let us now to finish his top 4. I'm a confirmed die out of Arsenal. But if in reality can let us say it.
Okay.
If we Arsenal want to fight for that race, forget that we are being second now. I see our game yesterday. See how that the position of that Saka open very well. Don't need to doubt about it. Yesterday it's open. Just that by luck, God just saved us to take that one goal and go and carry the 3 points. So what is there is let Atata now.
Okay, we lost that call. Okay,
Let's
let's
target a pass striker and a replacement for Martin Mozgov Saka.
Now,
that's just it.
Napoli versus Venezia. Who wins?
Napoli.
Napoli to win. John?
Napoli. If they want to continue to fight for their trophy.
Juventus versus Fiorentina. Your prediction for that game?
That's where the tough match is.
Draw.
That's where the tough match is. Fiorentina lost their last game and they've been struggling to get goals. So I think Juventus would also want to win their match as well.
Draw.
Okay, draw for you. Okay, that another big game is Roma versus AC Milan. AC Milan is playing at home. AC Milan versus Roma. What's the prediction for that game?
I'm backing AC Milan.
AC Milan.
AC Milan. Okay, let's move to Nigeria NPFL and give you the features of today's and tomorrow's game. For today's game is Bayelsa United versus Abia Warriors, El Kanemi Warriors versus Kano Pillars. Okay, only Bayelsa United and Abia Warriors are playing today. Others are playing tomorrow. El Kanemi Warriors versus Kano Pillars. Niger Tornadoes versus Rangers International. Ikorodu City versus Sunshine Stars. Lobi Stars versus Heartland. Katsina United versus Nasarawa United. Shooting Stars versus Kwara United. Remo Stars versus Aqua United. That's all the games happening today and tomorrow. Okay, let's get your prediction for that game against Rangers International. It's Niger Tornadoes versus Rangers International, guys.
Go all the way to Niger and win it. That's our hope.
We are losing at home.
I think before we lost that game at home, we've won away games so far this season. We've won away games. So I think go up to the north, go to Niger and win it. It's just what I want them to do. But I just feel like with the laziness in the camp right now, because I'm seeing I went to see the training section one of these days, and the way they run around like they are training for the next game. They're running around like, okay, let's just come here, have fun. But when we will get on the pitch, we put up the performance. If you don't put up the performance in training, you're not going to put it up in the match day.
John, what do you think will happen in that game?
For me, it's a game where we want to see a win, but I think it's up in the air. I think one of the most crucial components of any manager's job is instilling motivation and belief into the team. And Ilechukwu needs to get that back into the side because they've not played. Losing at home is unforgivable, so they need to go away and go and redeem that loss by picking up a win.
Okay, finally, let's go to our YouTube channel and finish with our YouTube channel. And Athletics will be saying Atlanta will win, Inter Milan will win. Okay, that's his own prediction. Okay, mine, Chibu, welcome to the show. I think it's first time you are commenting on our YouTube channel. He is saying if West Ham win Liverpool, now their trophy for the season be that. Okay, okay.
You forget say we beat Chelsea home and away last 2 seasons.
Like
Chibu,
they can't last 2 seasons.
Three
Chibu,
seasons,
welcome
sorry.
to the show. Welcome to the show. You can subscribe to our channel. We do this every day, Monday to Saturday here at Volt FM Sports. You can join us every day, anytime you are free. Join us, drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all people that called, all our people that join us on our YouTube channel. Thank you and Merry Christmas to you. I hope New Year is about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
We're going to
we'll
go
be talking
to
about New Year resolution.
yes, talk about 2025. Let's hope that 2025 will give us a whole lot of things, especially here in Nigeria, where we need a whole lot of miracles to happen to us. So, Merry Christmas and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Vote